French voters celebrate the country's new president. Emmanuel Macron handily defeated Marine Le Pen in yesterday's presidential runoff. Now he must pull together a majority of lawmakers in the mid-June legislative election. Joining us now is Elena Casas, correspondent with Feature Story News from Paris, France. Elena, there was a large Catholic turnout. According to one poll, about 62% of Catholics voted for Macron. In past election, French Catholics have typically voted for more mainstream conservative candidates. Why did they vote so overwhelmingly for Macron?
Well, overwhelmingly in the first round 2 weeks ago, they did vote for the mainstream Conservative, but he didn't get through to this second round. He came third, leaving many of his supporters somewhat without a political home. Of course, in the end, about 62% of them did vote for Emmanuel Macron. But what's more surprising here is that 38% of people calling themselves practicing Catholics nevertheless voted for the extreme right, which was for a long time considered taboo in France. The Front National has been trying to reach out to Catholics. They've tried promoting policies like cutting public funding to family planning, and obviously for some voters that tactic has worked.
The French Bishops' Conference didn't endorse either candidate, but they did issue a statement giving Catholics elements for discernment and saying it's important to welcome migrants and support European unity. Did that have an impact on the outcome?
Well, many Catholic voters said they were disappointed that the Conference of Bishops didn't issue a statement discouraging people, or rather encouraging people, to vote for Emmanuel Macron, like they did 15 years ago when Marine Le Pen's father, Jean-Marie, got into the second round of the election, and like the Protestant churches, France's chief rabbi, and the Council of Muslims did. Really, this reveals a political split that developed in the French Conference of Bishops in 2013, when the outgoing government passed an equal marriage law, which some bishops felt was a total betrayal, and they then felt they could not call on the faithful to vote for a candidate, Emmanuel Macron, who was a minister in that government. But some bishops, nevertheless, on an individual basis, did issue statements saying that Catholics should vote against Marine Le Pen, and indeed 2/3 of them have done so.
This is going to be a very centrist government. What does that mean for issues like abortion and religious liberty?
Well, it means that nothing will change, essentially, on those issues. None of the candidates in this election did suggest changing the abortion law. And of course, France is a deeply secular country, a constitutionally secular country in which expressions of religion in public life are unconstitutional. That's not something that Emmanuel Macron is likely to change, or indeed something that Marine Le Pen would have contemplated changing.
Elena Casas, correspondent with Feature Story News from Paris, France. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.